Hey guys, we concluded the chapter one of our Yomo journey yesterday, and today is a brand new, I guess, can we call this the extended ultra
No,
marathon Yomo?
ultra, yeah, ultra Yomo, yeah,
Ultra Yomo, Ultra
ultra,
Yomo.
ultra Yomo, yeah.
It's a tongue twister.
It is, yeah.
Well,
We are
so we can call this 366, or we can call this, reflection one
one,
of Ultra Yomo.
right? Yeah. I like one ultra Yomo.
One ultra.
Also known as 366 because it's like we just broke through the tape yesterday, of the finish line, and we were like, got a Gatorade.
Hey,
Uh,
there's a more room. Let's
yeah,
continue.
we're like, yeah, well, I'm not really tired. That
What's
was
the tape?
fun. Let's
Where's
keep
this
going.
tape for?
Yeah, we're good. Let's go run tomorrow. Like it's fine, so that's what we're doing. We're sticking with it for at least for a little while, and then we'll find our brand new adventure at some point in time. But I've still been riding for the past. That was April 27th. That was 10 months ago. So
Mhm.
I've got a 10-month head start on us. So maybe we'll catch up. But I think I'm on myself personally. I did 440. I think was.
Okay.
Four
So
441.
we have about 80 some,
Yeah, 441. So yeah, close to 80
about
ish
three
to finish up.
months.
Yeah, but yeah. But I'll keep riding before that. So it'll be. I wonder when we actually will catch up like completely, where it's like where
I
that'll be a
mean,
weird one,
I mean, if
Yeah.
we don't, get distracted during the
Right.
course of our journey, like many of these. I think in the recent months we've been kind of like distracted by different things along
Yeah.
the way.
Little bit. Yeah. I mean, definitely. This has definitely been
We are just lollygagging.
the past few since really December,
Mhm.
with all the stuff that's been going on with Indianapolis Pickleball Club, the venture that I'm launching, like that's I feel like it's been just it's like a black hole. It's like everything just gets sucked into to that right now and into that universe, until this place is up and running, and like that can be released from my brain. Like, it's like that's pretty much the only thing I think about from I was gonna say from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, but that's not true because I think about it when I'm sleeping too. So like, so it's the
Well, that's a
entire.
good thing. A good thing in some sense.
It is, yeah. That's definitely an
At least
addiction.
somebody's thinking
Yeah,
about it.
right, right, yeah. Like I wish I could turn it off sometimes, but it is not working. Anyway, all right. So on with the show. So this is 366 or book one of Ultra
Book
Yomo.
one of Ultra Romo.
Yeah. So our book today is actually uh the Black Swan, and
Revisited.
revisited, right?
Okay.
So the yeah, you're probably like, what's going on? Yeah. So
Yeah. Because we
the
did a five-part on a Black Swan
we did. Yeah,
in chapter one.
we did. So this is why, right? So the title of this one is Breaking Free of Imaginary Chains. I don't have blog posts anymore because I've just been writing these, in Word docs like I normally did. I have not created blog posts for all these, so we're probably gonna have to shift in Ultra Yoml to this format. But whatever, it is what it is. Maybe someday I'll if I get a wild hair, I'll go do 80 more blog posts again or whatever, and we'll catch up. But I don't know where to put them. I'm actually kind of torn on that. What do you think? Because I don't really want to litter up Yomo on the blog, that's 365.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, I
where
think
if I
you need different containers for the
yeah,
chapter two or the book two
or
of
Ultra Yomo, right? We
yeah.
need a Ultra Yomo blog, where it's its own little thing, right? Like I
Well, I think it's just we just make it like not year, but years of magical living, as the whole,
oh yeah,
the whole umbrella of it versus just year, right?
right.
Years of magical living. I think that's more like the kind of like the highest umbrella you can have.
Hmm,
And then you put that into the chapter, book one, book two, book three, whatever. But I think, year one, year
okay.
two, year three, however,
I like that.
you
I
know,
like that.
but I think, I think for me, it's very, I guess it's beneficial in a way that it helps me kind of like have a railing over the journey of my life. And I know I have been distracted many times, but because of my training, my mental fortitude has always brought me back to where I need to be, versus me getting lost and continue to get lost and thinking that I'm on the right track. And to me, so this is to me, it's very, very, I guess, crucial in my life, and it's make a big impact on how I look at my life and how I see my life going forward. Right. So for
Yeah.
me, it's like this is something that I do more like a daily addiction of
Right, right.
sort.
It keeps you balanced. I mean, is what it is, really. I mean, it keeps you like it's like if you have a drift line, right? You know, and you're on a line, and then all of a sudden, you know, before you know it, it's like you're flying an airplane or whatever, and you don't even
Mhm.
realize it, but you've somehow charted off course, right? Like I feel
Yes.
like this is a way to recalibrate every single day and every single night almost for at least for me, you know, to be like, oh, okay, great. I get to write about this stuff in the morning, then I get to talk about it in the evening, and all those things together keep me recalibrated. I may go, you know, like I may have hit a lot of turbulence on a particular, like right now I'm in a pretty turbulent time in my life, you know. Self-chosen turbulent time, but and I'm not, and it's not like a
Self-imposed.
self-imposed, but also, you know, this does help me to bring me back into a to centering, right? You know,
Right.
this is what Yomo is all about. Like that was what the original Yomo was all about, was hey, how to figure out who you are and to live your life on purpose, right? Well, this is a way to continue to live that life on purpose, but to keep you back in line, you know, when you drift, you know. So
Hmm.
I agree with you. Like this is a way for like to take the drift,
Yeah.
you
So
know.
to me, in a way, it can be different for you, but for me, like chapter book one, it's more for me to explore the core values and see what fits me and find out who I am. And then like book two, it's more like continue to go down that path and
Right.
using that to calibrate the distractions. And a lot of time I get distracted in one way or another, but I was able to fix it quickly. Versus before, I would go on months and months and months until
Right.
I like
Years.
really get smashed by the head again. And oh
Right.
shit, I'm, I'm on
Like
the wrong
what am I
bus.
doing? Yeah, I did it again, damn
And
it,
say
like, you know.
stop, and
Yeah.
go back and back to the beginning, and that takes a lot of time. But now with the Yomo chapter book two, it's I mean I can sense it right away that hey something's
It's
kind
different.
of strange. It's strange. You don't feel like and you're on your same level as before, right? And for
It's not.
whatever you kind of notice. So your sensory or your radar is being fine-tuned in a way. And so when you really are when you're a little bit off, say, hey, you're off. Then you say, okay, and they go and they stop and they do and they had to do my core values check and
Yep.
figure out, okay, how much do I need to adjust? What do they need to calibrate it? And so I think for me, it's like I say, it gets to the point where it's like a daily dose of caffeine or whatever addiction
Balance.
that you have.
Balance. I mean, I the only best word I can describe would be balance. It's a daily dose of balance. You know, of a compass, like a compass check to make sure you're balanced or something like that, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
And yeah, I totally agree. So that goes right in line with 366 here, right? So the if I could take you back into April 28th, you know, or sorry, it would actually probably been like a week later because I as soon as I finished uh the my year of running dangerously, and then I wrote
Hmm.
the final reflection for I Can't Imagine, which I didn't have to read again because I'd already read that multiple
Seven
times.
times.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, probably more. I don't even know how many times. I really couldn't even tell you how many times at the end of the day.
Hmm.
So the once that final reflection was written and completed, I you know I told you before I was making decisions at a certain point in time during the Yomo adventure. I was starting to make decisions to keep my quota up, you know, and like whether I did it on purpose or didn't do it on purpose, and whether you know, and I told you like whether I liked the book or didn't like the book, I extracted a lesson out of it no matter what, right? Like it wasn't it. There was many a times when you were like, why are you doing it? Like I would tell you, man, that book was garbage, and here's my reflection about it. You know, you're like, what? You're like, I don't understand. Like, why? Why do you? What? You know? why force it, you know? And I'm like, I don't know. I felt like that was the rules, right? That was the rules that
Who
I
make the
put.
rule?
These are the rules that I put into Yomel, you
They
know,
who's
somewhere along
rule?
the way. And uh I that's what this is about, is, you know, breaking free from imaginary chains. The day after we crossed the tape with Yomel, you know, I was crying my eyes out, you know, the day before, and then the next day I was like, you know, it's like I felt like a weight, a massive weight had been lifted off my shoulders personally, of
The
going,
chains
I
disappear.
the change just magically disappeared. And I was like, I can do whatever I want to do. And Amelia and I can read whatever we want to read again and go explore whatever thoughts we want to go explore again. And it didn't feel like I had to go find the next right perfect book. Oh my God, the last like 6 books of Yomel were 100 Years of Solitude. Fucking hated it, right? Like one of the worst books. I mean, that was torture. Then you did then In a Sunburned Country by Bill Bryson. Yeah, I love Bill Bryson, but that was not his best work. I mean, I'm
Right,
sorry.
right.
Like for me, that was like, it was like, okay, whatever. I read it because it was Bill Bryson. I read Ozan Verrall's book, you know, because I was like, well, I feel like it's appropriate to end this journey with Ozan Verrall's, you know, because it was the first book was so influential in the beginning of it, right?
Mhm.
You know, and then obviously the Year of Running Dangerously, you know, was a book that I strategically stressed over and chose because of the symbolism of, you know, a father and a daughter completing a marathon together and just happened to stumble across this. Anyway, my point being is like almost the entire last month and a half's worth of reading of Yomel was like very strategic, and it really wasn't like just reading for fun anymore. Amelia and I weren't just having fun. We were trying to complete this adventure and cross the tape, and we were really focused and locked in on it, right? And trying to complete a journey. As soon as we crossed that tape, though, like it was like I said, imaginary, all these chains just broke free. And I was like, what do we want to learn about today? You know, and I was like, man, I've been wanting one of these fucking stupid rules that I put into Yomel was there's no going back. Like, you know, once we finish a book and we write our reflections, we don't revisit it, right? You know, and it's like, I don't know why. Like, I mean, why not have reread Black Swan? If you love Black Swan and you loved Happiness Hypothesis and you loved, you know, Moonwalkie with Einstein, like, why didn't you read it multiple times? I'm sure you could have extracted more out of that, you know, reading that for the 4th time than you could have reading, you know, I don't know, tell me one of those, the Let My People Go Surfing for the first time, you know, or whatever. Like, like it's one of those things where it's like, you found a great honeypot, a little honey hole, you know, it's like, go read a Malcolm Gladwell book again, and I'm sure you'll be like, this is amazing, I love it. Or go read a Black Swan, you know, again, or whatever. Like go enjoy learning for learning's sake. There's probably more to extract out of it. And that was what happened on this particular
It's
reflection.
like
This is
you go into college all over again and say, well, you have to take, country western
Com
dancing.
101, or, you know, yeah, country western dancing. You know, yeah,
It's like managerial to stats. Like, what the
right.
hell do I need your stats for?
I don't want to do that, you know. And then as soon as you graduate college, you're like, oh, I want to go back to school and go learn about, you know, I don't know, entrepreneurship or something like that. And you're like, why would you want to go
What?
back to school if you, like, you know, and you're like, well, I don't know. I can just pick what I want to learn and I can still learn it. It's fun. I enjoyed it. That's kind of what was happening here, right? So I had set all these self-imposed rules for whatever reason. I don't know why, you know, and the rules
We're
were,
conditioned for that. We're conditioned to do that because every single years that we were on Earth, like I said, even from childhood, right? If you happen to go to daycare, they have put imposed rules on you. Say, hey, you have to
hmm,
do this. You have to be here at this age, at this time. You
this
have to
time,
put
yeah,
your clothes in this cubicle. You have to
right.
have nap time. You have
Gotta
to
wear
eat your
this
carrots.
uniform, you
You
know,
gotta
yeah,
eat blah blah
yeah,
blah. You go to school, like you are conform to the commonality, to conform
right.
to society. Even when you get out of college, you go into college. We talked about this yesterday. Even when you go to college, you can't even choose what
No,
you want to take. You have to
I
take fucking elective. You have to take in fucking like comp sci 101. Like, oh, this is a monitor, or this is a
right,
keyboard. Like, who fucking care if I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm
right.
a veterinarian, or I'm an ag engineer, or whatever. Who cares if I know what a keyboard is? I have my secretary that can do that for me. Who
Right.
cares if it can type like 40 words a minute? I don't want to type 40 words because I don't care about
I
the
don't like
computers.
typing, you know, I don't want
Why
to do this.
why is it a requirement for other majors to have computer 101, or to have
Because it
math 101, or to have stats 101 or whatever, and
this
I
is
have
a
to take country western dancing.
this is one of the 9 lies about work. It's the best people are well-rounded. That's what we think is you need to be well-rounded. You need to know how to type. You need to know how to do math. You need to know how to do science
And
really well.
exactly in school, right? In school, they
yes,
say, "Hey, you gotta be well-rounded for me to accept you to college." Blah blah.
right,
You're being pushing these narratives.
right. And what we learned in the nine lies about work was the best people are spiky, right? Meaning like the best people have talents. Your talents. We talked about this before as well.
Your
And we'll talk
forehand
about
and your
this in
backhand, right?
your forehand and your
don't
backhand,
don't
right?
don't care about your backhand.
Right. Your talents are your repeated behaviors, patterns of thought and emotions, right? Like that is your talents. Whatever you naturally do. Like I naturally am very talkative and very high strung and energetic, like that is something that I have talent in. How do you apply that talent? That's up to you to figure out how to apply that talent into an area where you can also create meaningful work and still enjoy it and do whatever blah 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 blah. That's the real hard part, right? But like we are talented in what we are talented in, but you keep saying we want to be well-rounded, right? Like, and we self-impose all these rules to try to get people to be so well-rounded when really we should be trying to help people to understand what they're really good at, what they're really talented at, and then do nothing but that, I mean, like, and as much as you can of that and less of everything else, I mean, that's fundamental rule 101 of Yomo, right? And this I did it. I'm guilty of doing it right fucking now. Right now, today, we were just talking about this right before this conversation
And
of
I was just
an
yelling at you
imaginary
about
chain.
it.
I'm like, well, true, somebody's got to work at this place, and you're like, why do they have to work at the place? And I'm like, well, that's the rules. Like that's the
Who
fucking
said?
rules. Like somebody's got to fucking work at the goddamn front desk. And you're like, why do you need a front?
No.
Like I don't know. I don't know
Why do
why.
you need to hire a front desk person?
I don't know. I don't know why I need a front desk person, but I know that I need a fucking front desk person, right? Like I know this is the lesson. Like this is the lesson we're talking about right now. So I said this will come back, around as soon as we jump into Ultra Yomo, because this is the truth, right? Like I felt the rules made me feel anxious, made me feel
because the thing is,
heavy.
you need the front desk person because everybody has one.
I know. I know. I have not solved them. Like I know. I know what you're saying. You were right. I haven't figured out what that unburdening of what the solution is yet around it, but you're not wrong. Like, I mean, we don't need it. Like what we need is versatile people to go make sure the events are great and then to cover the front if somebody has questions, right? That's what we really need. Because that is what we need. We need people to make the events great. We don't need people to sit around and twiddle their fucking thumbs and say, "Hey, the memberships are on the wall. You got any questions? Let me know." Like, I mean, like I mean, like we don't need that, And they like that person is adding nothing to the events, right? Other than maybe getting people to the event faster. But that's what we're trying to use technology for. Anyway, I'm not going to get into the weeds of the business, but anyway, the point of what I'm getting at in this reflection is like these imaginary rules and these imaginary chains that I had self-imposed on myself and Amelia and I on this journey, like they became pretty burdensome. They became pretty they made it suck sometimes, I mean, that's what it really did.
Most of the time it makes it sucks because you for whatever reason, you and I have been conditioned to carry these burden. We don't know why we're carrying it, but we're carrying it, right? It's because our forefather carried it, so we have to carry it.
Right.
We don't know why the fuck we carry it, but we do. Why do you need front desk persons? Because everybody has it. I mean, before you, we have it. We have it. Therefore, you need a front desk person, right? This is what I'm saying is you are basically chained to these conventions, and these conventions creates by a person. It's arbitrary, made up some fucking rule. Say, hey, I got to do this, and you say, well, okay, if they do it, I have to do it. But that's the thing is subconsciously, you were trained to follow that pattern, and you don't know why, and you continue to do that because if you don't do it, it feels like it's weird. It feels strange.
It does feel. It feels like you're doing something wrong. It feels like you're.
It feels different. I mean, if you're
it feels liberating though. At the same time, where you're like, oh fuck, I don't have to fucking worry about that anymore. I don't have to fucking worry about you know, what book that I
Right,
choose or didn't chose, you know,
because the
like
thing is your brain, the way it works is that it's going to create this chemical to rattle you to make sure that, hey, when there's something new, you're gonna pay attention to. So it creates this anxiety for you to go
right.
and say, okay, yeah, figure it out and pay attention, focus on, is this a danger to me? Right. And then you do that. And so there's releases chemical hormones. And then once you become kind of like used to the conditions and your brain starts to relax. And they
Right.
say, well, it's okay. You know, so
And
any
you start to problem
familiarity,
solve when you do that. You
it
start to
makes you
problem solve.
relax.
Right.
And then you start
You start to get
to
creative. You start to look elsewhere. You start to see other solutions to the things that were stressing you. You know, like we're talking about right now. Like there's other solutions to
there's
this problem,
always a
right?
solution. But I
There's
think
always
the
another
thing
path,
is
you know.
we tend to make the anxiety as an enemy. Just like we say, you know, your indicator on your dashboard when you're driving down the road is not your enemy. It is your friend. It is telling
Right,
you something for you to pay attention to. It is
right.
not your enemy. It is not for you to go and put a tape over it or yank it out just because, oh, I'm blinking some warning engine light or whatever. You yank it out, say, I don't see it, you know, it's soft,
I
right?
do that. I do that in my car.
You do that in your car.
I don't do that in my car. I don't put a tape over it, but I literally just am like, yeah, I didn't see that happen. Like it just
Right.
somebody gets in, they're like, hey, your little car engine lights on. I'm like, eh,
Yeah.
it's not, it's been doing that for years now. It's fine. Like it's not a big deal.
Right. It's gonna fix itself. You know, that's
No big deal.
that's
Yeah.
what we do. Is that, you know, we take things and we flip it upside down and say, well, we don't like it. We take away these indicators, we take away these warning signs that the system we have. And so
Right.
we ignore it, or we just say, hey, you know, let's get a front desk person, we don't have to worry about it. Just put tape over it. Because everybody does it, right?
I mean, look, I need to actually problem solve this with you and not just say, well, just do this. Cause I mean, I really need to figure this out because like, and we
But
don't need
I'm
to do it right
serious when
now.
I'm saying, I'm serious when I'm talking about what I just said. The way I see it is like, you need to be upfront with your customer and say, okay, you put on your website and a postable on there, say, hey, I will be here at this time, this time, this time. This is my schedule. You want to talk to me? Come this time. I'll do it. The rest of the time, it is a self-service. That means that these are the
You
boards.
know, they could just
You
call me. I
go
could put my cell phone number on there and be like, hey, if you have a
exactly.
question about memberships or what to do, I'll just call me. I mean, I don't mind. I'll take
Text
a,
this number,
yeah,
you know, scan this QR code, whatever.
right.
You can get to them.
I
They
could set a
don't
chat
need
bot
you
up.
to
Oh
be
my God,
there.
I could set a chat bot up or something like that. Oh my God, what if we had like a little self kiosk iPad stand where somebody could sit there and say, "Hey, how do I book a court?" Well, you book a court by blah 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 blah.
Give
Like
me
you
your
know, you
credit
have a
card.
little
I'm
AI
looking.
bot. Can I do
Yeah,
that? Could I have like a little iPad stand that just answer questions and people like talk
yeah.
talk to it?
As long as you program the all the information into ChatGPT for them to answer the questions.
Well, I'll just do video recordings of myself and I'll say like, you know, like ask a question and they'll be like, hey, how do memberships work? Well, we have 3 different memberships, like, you know, blah 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 blah. Well, what happens when I want to do this? Well, you know, that's when you do this, this, and this. Oh, okay. Well, how do I check in? Well, you check in right over there, the self check-in kiosk to the right, you know, like I mean,
Exactly.
like this would be pretty fucking cool, actually. I need I want to talk to you tomorrow like legitimately during the day about this because like I that would be really cool like talking to like a like now I want to research this like how would you um can you create a like chat bot video version?
You don't have to. It's actually pretty easy. Okay. So you create a bunch of videos, put it on your website, right? And you basically write a paragraph and you put into ChatGPT, say, these are the video. These are the video says this, that, right? You understand my business. Now you are the guy that's gonna find these video and pop it up as the person asks a question. That's all you gotta do.
Huh?
It is
Say it
as
again, say it
simple as
again, say
that.
it again, say it again.
Basically, you create this video, put into a website,
Okay.
okay? And you describe each video to the ChatGPT. Just go into ChatGPT and just say, hey, I have this website here. Go to ipc.com or whatever. and these are the content, this is what I'm doing, this is the, it does this is a membership, all this. Just tell the ChatGPT what it is that you're doing, and tell it to become this answering service. And all I know is once you do that, once you prompt them to do that, and then another person comes in and asks a question, it will know exactly what video to show them.
Show me.
It is,
Show me how
it's
to do
just,
this. Show me
it's
how
just
to do.
as
I wanna
easy as that.
True. I want to do this so bad because then I don't have to have anybody at the fucking front desk other than the people that I
Yes, you
hire
don't need
to
to
help
hire
wait to help coordinate member activities, right? Like, and if somebody says, "Hey, I need to talk to somebody," I want to talk to a human being. Fine, call me, or we'll go get somebody off the back. My God, that'd be fucking killer. Like if somebody had just question, but how many? What if there's multiple people that have questions though, like that are waiting in
Give them
line?
multiple ChatGPT.
How do you do that? Like, do I need like iPads or something? Like multiple
Yeah,
iPads?
multiple iPads. Right. So the thing is to make it easiest, right? All you have to do is get multiple accounts for multiple iPad. Easiest. If you want to do like the API, then you can do all that and they'll do for you. But the easiest without any effort at all, just sign up for 3 accounts. It's $60 a month, right? $20 a month per account on each 3 iPad in each iPad. And all you have to do is you tell the AI bot what it needs to do, and you give them exactly what the content is.
How long would it take me to do this?
Take you like 5 minutes.
Dude, I
Well,
can
the
answer
video,
I can answer all the questions right now. I
yes,
mean, like,
you could
yeah.
basically do a brain dump and say, hey, these are the documents. Just dump it in there. Say these are documents of all the stuff
Well,
that I do.
I've already created
Exactly.
it.
Exactly. So I'm saying is to prompt the ChatGPT
Here,
is
like, I mean,
it takes 5 minutes. It's a
literally,
content, right? It's a content you have to write that takes time. But if you have that, now if you give it membership prices, you give it like all the instruction, it will know exactly what to tell the questioners, right? Okay, what if I want a membership and I want to play like twice a week, whatever, what's the best membership for me? It will tell. It'll literally take you 5 minutes.
dude. Help me do this because, like, I mean, I will absolutely do this. Like, and this is something where I can. That doesn't mean I'm not going
It's
to hire.
also make you stand out.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Because no one does it. Hey, I don't like talking to a person. I hate talking to people. Right? I just want to play pickleball. So I just want to know how much I need to pay. Go set up, answer my, ask my questions and get the answers. You can put that on. You can put that, wherever the entrance is in. It's gonna be there 24/7. Just put a stand,
hang
lock
on.
the iPad.
I'm sold. You need to tell me how to fucking do this. I need a kiosk stand. I need like an iPad kiosk stand, right? Is what you're saying? Okay,
Right.
so like I need a iPad kiosk stand.
Or you can just you buy a computer, just put
Here,
on one PC and then you can type it in.
No, I mean I'll just do this. Like, I mean, get a little kiosk stand. It's $128. Got to buy an iPad, and then you're saying like what are you saying to do? Like have like like how would you have it up here at all times?
You have to open the ChatGPT app, right?
Okay.
And then you basically in the ChatGPT app, you prompt your chat bot to be the answer bot.
Who's my chat bot on ChatGPT?
Just open ChatGPT.
I am. I'm saying, so you're saying just open ChatGPT and you say
Open a new
like
chat. Okay.
open up
And you
new
say,
chat.
okay, and then you prompt say, hey, I want you to be, the answering bot for my pickleball club. And this is the info I have. And all these things, the following are the info I have for my stuff. You are responsible for answering the questions as, guests or potential customers are going to ask you questions, right? I also include these videos. The videos talks about this, and basically they just transcribe the video for the ChatGPT and say when a person asks the appropriate
How do you do the
question,
video? How do you do the video?
you just have to give them a link.
So, but how do you train this? Like, do I need to upgrade it to?
Yeah, you're gonna need to upgrade the plan. I would say like the free plan, it's limited, but you get the plus, the $20 a month, or you get the team, like the team 25. per person. Oh, $200 per person. I would just get the plus. There's 3 of however iPads you want, right? And you just prompt that thing to show it.
I'm gonna need your help to train this to try to see if it works or not. Because like basically
To
what you're
train
saying is just
to train this guy is as easy as you telling me.
but
You
I
get
don't understand. Okay, so as a customer, what do I do? Do I'm just seeing this that I have a new chat prompt up here that's like, how can we help you today? And it's like, you know,
Mhm,
what do we have like at frequently asked questions right here or something like that? You know, can you
mhm.
change this stuff?
So this, if you want to change it and you want to customize it, you're gonna have to create a new interface. But as far as the answers, the ChatGPT within this ChatGPT, you say, hey, I need you to be this
Can you
bot.
make me a web page with like Indianapolis Pickleball Club right here? You know, how can we help you today? Like ask a question, you know, and
So with
then
that, you would need APIs.
do we have APIs? I mean, does this come? Is that
You have to buy the APIs. It's API, they pay it's like they give you like they basically charge per 1,000 requests or whatever.
oh well fuck. Like I mean, okay, so whatever. So like so could you help me build a web page like that I could put onto well, how would I do that on an iPad? Just go to a web browser page and
Well,
have
on
it
an
up there?
iPad, you need an app. That's what I'm saying is you need an app on iPad. That's what I'm saying is you can buy on one PC, just leave it there. Just like how you go to IKEA. Have you know you have IKEA in Indy,
Mm-hmm.
right? So in IKEA, right, you have these computers where you go and you search for stuff. Basically, you have that, somewhere near the front desk somewhere, and you put a sign here, ask the questions here.
Well, what I mean, would I need like a I mean, I could get like a Surface or something like that, you know, and then you could have. Why can't I just have a web browser open?
Right. You
Why can't we just do the API with a web browser?
you could.
So I mean, I could have like Safari up on an iPad.
So well, if you want to do it that way, then you need to build the API backend to support that.
Well, I would want it to have like frequently asked questions here of like, what does a membership cost? Like, how do I book court time? Like, blah blah blah. You know, like probably their top asked questions, like right here, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah. So that one you need to customize a little bit, but like a straight ChatGPT prompt, right? They can write into like once you prompt the chatbot, right, and say the follow like any question after this prompt, right, will be questions by the guests, and it will know that anything that they tap after you give an instruction, it's gonna act as that person, as that bot. So you can ask him, okay, I need you to be this bot. What do you need from me? Right? You can do that. So it's about telling the bot what it is that you want and give him the information it needs. And if the information it doesn't have, it needs to know how to ask you.
Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Do I need to say here's how Indianapolis Pickleball Club's membership works?
Right. You just have to. So we can talk about this tomorrow.
Yeah.
I can walk you through it.
Yes, I need to know because this is interesting because that would be really cool. This would be innovative. This would be a way to use technology like to drive, you know, answer to help streamline
I mean, if
you
you
know,
have to pay somebody at the front desk, right, it can cost you money and it costs the members more money because they're paying
right,
extra. And
right.
so, and a lot of people like with a lot of people, they don't want to talk to somebody. They just want to get the answers.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I mean, hell, this could probably even process a payment. You could probably say like, hey, you know, okay, well, I want to buy a Coke, or I mean, I want to buy a Gatorade. Okay, well, what do you do with that with the front desk people? You know, I mean, you need somebody for the front desk. Say like, wait, we need to go get somebody from like, we'll let somebody know that you want to buy a. Can it prompt me if somebody's like, hey, can it ping somebody that's in the facility that needs to come to the front desk because somebody wants to buy a
No,
drink or
just
whatever?
put a Coke machine in there. You get Coke machine for free and get split revenue. Just call those vending machine guys. Say, hey, I need vending machines in here. You do everything. You give me half of what you make.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
Oh, I need like a Gatorade and a
It's,
water
it's
thing.
like you don't need to stock nothing. You don't need to go and collect nothing, right? You don't need to go buy nothing.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, I didn't know that. I mean, if I knew that, I would have. How do
You don't need
how
to
do you
buy anything.
how do you do it? Who do you call for that?
Go ask ChatGPT.
Uh,
What I'm saying is that's what people do. They don't own the machine. They just give you a place to put the machines.
Vendlease, vending.com. Go to vending.com. That sounds.
I'm sure there's like local companies too.
Oh yeah, I should say. Vendlease.
No, you don't want to lease it. You don't want to lease it.
Oh,
We want people to go and put the machines in your place.
right.
And you get a profit sharing.
Who does
That's what
that?
you want.
Where
If these are
free
leasing the
free free
machines
free
and
vending?
using businesses.
Free full service vending machine programs for small and large business owners. Is this what you're talking about?
I don't know if that's what I'm talking about, but I'm talking about like all the people I know, whether even the government, they have a Coke machines
Right.
in their facilities, and you put quarters and whatever in. That's not theirs. And you have one guy that comes by and he does everything. I mean, even like those rest stops along the state highway, right? They have those vending machines. Those are vendors.
Okay, done. Send. Oops, what field? Oh, I am. Okay, done. We'll see how that goes too. All right, now you're
But
all right.
that's the direction I want you to gear toward, right? So if that does not do what you want, there are others. It's not like I say, it's not. There are so many variety of different business like types, right? And so
Right.
if this one isn't what you're looking for, there's a other. Like, because I know for
Sure.
sure,
Yeah.
I know for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
like
I'll research it tomorrow because I mean I was gonna have Jay and Chelsea provide. They're putting refrigerators in there, but that's really I think for more for their drinks, I guess for beer and wine and whatnot. I mean, I was just gonna put their drinks into their refrigeration systems and sell it, one off.
right. And as long as you don't have to dish out the money.
No, I mean I think I'd have to buy the inventory. I mean, but no, you're right. I don't really care. I
No,
just
why
want
do you
people
need
to
to
be
buy
able
the
to.
inventory? You get Jay do it. Look, you buy the inventory. I'm giving you this
Yeah,
corner
that's right. Yeah,
to
that's
do
true. Yeah,
your catering, to do the food, to do the
right,
you gotta bring in the stuff. I'm providing you the space, right? You
right,
need to pay me
right.
because
Okay, all right.
you
All
the
right, well,
your
hey,
landlord,
we're off track. You
well,
got
your
me thinking.
landlord, one more thing, your landlord, right? What did he give you? He gave you a fucking
Nothing. Nothing.
spot, right? And he's asking for $80,000,
He
right?
gave, he gave,
And
he
then
took a lot. That's all he did. He took a lot.
and then you give a fucking spot, some of the
Right,
spot to Jay, and you are paying him more. It's like that doesn't
right.
work. That doesn't work
Yeah,
that
okay, all
way,
right. All right, fair enough. All right.
dude. Shit.
Imaginary chains broken, all right, fair enough.
Is it
No, it is. No, I mean it really is. I mean, I love your idea, because it goes right along with our like the using technology to help innovate. I mean, really, that front desk person's just going to tell people, here's our membership packages, here's what we do, here's where you check in if you've never been
I
here
mean, it
before,
helps
like
you have a black sheep in on a team.
right. No, I actually am really kind of interested to do what you're doing, or what you're talking about, because then I'll need to think through how we set this up. and drive people to this. Like it would need to have like a sign. It's like have a question, like it's like pointing here, like
Yeah.
this will answer your questions. Like ask a question.
Get your questions answers here, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Just have big arrow down there. Just go get a big banner, a sign somewhere,
Right.
and just point it on there. Say, right. And then people say, okay, this is new. This is novel. Okay, okay.
Right.
I'll
Yeah,
try
it'll be
it.
like, how do I check in? Go over to the kiosk over there, scan your thing under the kiosk, check in, right? Or how do I book court time? Well, go on to courtreserve.com and go to find Indianapolis Pickleball Club, pick an available court time that's available for you, build your profile, select your court, then go play, then go check in and then go play. I mean it's how do I mean these are all things that will
Yeah, ChatGPT is very good for this kind of what do you call it, works, right? It's
right.
not good for like, hey, give me build me an app, right? It is not,
Right.
but it's very good at assimilating information and will
Mhm.
tell you exactly what you need to know. So it can
Well,
be those guides for you.
there's just straight up chatbot programs too, though, where
They
we could
are
just train a
chatbot. They
chat.
still are ChatGPT, but it
Well, no, as I'm saying, but I'm saying there's actual like chatbots that's an app already that we could probably train to do this stuff anyway, like and just
yeah,
answer.
and
Yeah,
like I said,
yeah,
you probably can go and look for a ChatGPT as chatbot because they
right.
actually already put an interface over that, and then you can customize it without me having to customize it for you, and that'd be quicker.
Well,
You know what I mean?
could I do one with video though? Could I answer the question? Could I physically talk? Could I have a video recorded to say, "Welcome to Indianapolis Pickleball Club. We're
I'm
excited to have you
sure
here."
there are companies that is utilizing ChatGPT under the hood is doing that. Basically, all it does is just pop up video for you.
Okay, you and I need to talk tomorrow, like outside of
But
Yomo
that's
time,
just like it's just like from just
because then I just need to record a bunch of videos, basically,
yeah.
right? Like we just ask the question and then I answer the question, and then I record the video, pops it in there. It'll transcribe it as well if you need a written form of it.
And then you can also even get an avatar of yourself talking as if you were the AI that's
No,
talking
I
directly.
I want it to be me. I don't want it to be an avatar. I want it to be me. Hi, I'm Chris. I'm the owner of Indianapolis Pickleball Club. Like
Yeah,
this the answers to your questions, right? I mean,
yeah.
like it's
So I
like
think that's the way to go is go look in that direction and see if there is already a off the shelf software that does it. Because I know there's so many thousands and probably hundreds of thousands of companies out there are putting ChatGPT under the hood, and all you
oh
do
yeah,
is
yeah.
putting a skin over it. But that's a project for tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. AI calls your virtual AI can handle it. 5'9", the best AI chatbots in 2024. Build your own AI chatbots. Powerful AI call answering. I don't want call answering. Yeah. Build your video chatbot powered by AI. How about this? Video ask. Hello, how can I help you? A chatbot just like you. How does this work?
Talk to me.
Does it say talk to me? Start now. How do they not already have a video ask?
But like I say, a project for tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. Now you got my brain thinking the app is not
Because you
accessible
don't
right
want to talk about it. My brain is
now. Now you got me thinking, what the hell? What the fuck just happened? What the fuck is this?
in the information age, right? The person know how to ask the questions
Yes.
is the crucial person.
Agreed.
It's not information, it's how do you ask?
Agreed. Log in with SSO. Welcome back. I don't have an account. Oh, don't have there. That was why. Um, I'm kind of curious to see what happens here. No, all right.
Yeah,
And
I would get a demo first before I do anything.
yeah,
Because
let's
it's just so many variety out there on the internet right now. because
No, I love this idea. I mean,
AI is just like exploding.
yeah, I agree with you. I mean, this is an innovative solution to my problem of paying. This is definitely cheaper than paying somebody $14 an hour to sit
So
there and
much
say
cheaper.
to answer the question. So, because it's not like
I
they're
mean,
doing
20 bucks a month, 20 bucks an
anything.
hour.
Yeah, yeah. We're talking,
And he
like
works 24/7 and doesn't complain.
yeah, and it will always be there. If you have any questions, like it'll always be there, right? Um, that's really interesting. All right, well, you got me thinking. All right, well, that's the point of YOMO, right? Ultra YOMO, right? This reflection. It's breaking free from imaginary chains. When you self-impose restrictions on, hey, these are the rules, then it's like your creativity just slammed shut. And not only that, you feel like you have this massive burden on your shoulders too, of like, well, I got to figure out how to make it work because this is what they said to do. If you want to if you want to fucking start a software company, you got to go get a bunch of VC funding. You got to go raise a shitload of money. You got to go blitz scale. You got to go burn through cash and not be profitable. You got to go do all these things because that's what the rules are, right? That's how you do it. That this is what you have to do. Or you could just try to, I don't know, create a business that somebody cares about, sell it to them, keep it profitable, operating profit, going on, make it make it a
It's still restraining. Oh, you have to do this or do that. Saying, I don't
right.
fucking care about that. I just want to do what I want to do. Can I
I
do
just want to do
that?
what I want to do. Yeah, I mean, like I just
The
like and
point
this,
is, we said you can't. Oh, I
right.
have to have a front desk person. Say, why? Who told you that? Right? Do
Yeah,
you take whatever they say as the truth? This is what we're saying is we can't. That is what we're saying to ourselves.
right.
I cannot do it without a front desk person. I cannot do it without this whatever. I can't. That's the constraining that we have been conditioned. And I'm not saying that it's easy to get out of it, but you have to train yourself not to. For
Right.
me, is I'm still under an influence of some degree, but because I'm already a black sheep when I was young, it's very easy for me to like think opposite of what people think.
Right.
For me, it's like 99% of people of all the businesses have the front desk person. I'm the only one who won't have a person.
No, you're right. I mean, like true. Like you are spot on. Like this is more of a lack of creativity on my end at this point in time of going, okay, like I know I want this facility to be 24/7 and I know what I'm going to do when I'm not there, but like what do I do when, traditionally should be somebody there to help coordinate people that are just coming in like I shit you not, this happened to me today. I was over there. I was mopping floors in our players lounge area because they were really dusty from like all the construction and stuff like that. And I was wiping off windows in the room as well because I was like, I just want to get this done because it's a kind of a lull before the storm, before like, all the shit going on. I was like, get the room clean, so when all the people are going to be trafficking shit in here, like maybe it'll be not, I can't clean in the future kind of thing, right? So this before all this crap went in there, right? I'm sitting there and I'm cleaning, I'm wiping it off a window, and I see this car come up into the parking lot and drive up and park right next to my car, right in front of our front door, and I'm like going, what this place isn't open. There's no signage on the place or whatever. There's nothing, right? And I was like, what's going on here? So I keep, I had an audio book playing. I turned it off, and like the guy opens up the door, and he like wanders in, and he goes, "Hello." I go, "Hi, how can I help you?" And he goes, "Rumor has it this is a pickleball place," and I go, yeah, yeah, I will be. Yeah, I'm Chris. I'm actually the owner of this place, and I was just kind of tidying up a little bit. We're not open yet. We're opening up in the future, and he's like, well, how's like the membership's gonna work and stuff, and I was like, well, this is what we're gonna do, blah 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 blah. And I was like, and here's walked him over to like where the door to the pickleball space, and he was like, wow, this is really cool. It's gonna be great. He was like, can I play anytime? Yeah, yeah, just book whatever, blah blah. My what you're talking about is exactly me basically just sitting there going, like some random dude just walked in and is like walks up to a kiosk and there's a video. It's like ask a question. Hey, how does the memberships work here? I have some friends that want to play with, and what do I do? Like, okay, well, here you go. You go into Court Reserve, you download it, blah blah blah. Like my point being is what I just did, like where I was just available to somebody, does not need to be me. Like right? It could be anybody that can answer that guy's question. He didn't give a shit if it was me or if it was a human being that he was talking to. He just cared that he got his question answered. He just
Well,
wandered
the
into
thing
the
is,
facility.
he'll care if you charge him $1,000 a month.
Right, that's
He
true.
cares, but if you charge him, I'm like, hey, $50 a month, like I see I'm paying to go and play 104. That's what you're doing. Is unless you
Right.
charge him like a fancy premium, no one give a fuck about your customer service as long as you don't impede on the ability to play.
That's true.
Okay, because
Actually,
if you say,
that is
hey,
that is the problem.
if
That
you
is
go and you say, hey, I'm gonna charge you, $10,000 a month, and I'm gonna serve you champagne, like, yeah, fucking, I need some gorgeous girl to like pour me champagne as I walk in and roll out the red carpet because I'm
right,
paying
right,
for that. But
right,
you're talking about, hey, $50, right? There's this place. Thank God for you to open this place for me to go play because I can't find other places. It's so
right.
crowded, blah blah blah, right? And so the thing is, you overthink this. You're overthinking a
I
lot of
agree
these
too.
things.
I'm you've sold me on it. That is not to say that I'm not going to hire people. I'm just going to hire people that are going to be
Hire
focused on
them when
pickleball.
you have the ability to, and when the business is able to hire them. You don't hire them out to go in the red.
No, I understand, but I'm saying the other aspects of the way that we are going to win hearts and help people to fall in love with pickleball and want to make them want to come back is through events. I need people out there helping to make events great, right? So those people could be the backups to the AI people, right? They could be there if somebody's like,
Yeah,
hey,
but
I
I'm
just
saying
need to
is
talk to
when there
somebody.
is an event, let's say
Yeah.
let's say you do an event, right? That means that somebody is coordinating the event, somebody is
Yeah.
putting up the event. Therefore, that person has to be there. Like if you are putting
Yes.
up an event, say, hey, this is Chris Grand opening. You're not gonna be there when they Chris Grand opening. You think about, or if Will goes say, hey, I want to do the indie West Side or East Side challenge, whatever.
Right.
He's the guy who's organizing it. He got to be there. Say, how is this work out? He has to be there. He's gonna ask the questions. So when there's an
Yeah.
event, the guy who's organizing the event will be there to.
When it's actually when the play is going on. Like there's events that need help play organization when the event's going on, right? But I know what
But
you're
not a
saying. But
front desk
yeah.
person.
No, that not a front desk person. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like that person could be the backup to the AI chatbot at the front. If somebody's like, hey, I just really need to talk to somebody, and they're like, oh, I can be pulled away for 5 minutes or whatever to go, talk to somebody
No,
up front.
go
If
to
they
the website and go ask the chatbot.
No, I'm saying that's there if they really get
No, you're not getting
confused
it.
and
You're not getting it. I'm still thinking you still need some more training about this on breaking away the imaginary like chain.
all right, we will pick
No,
this up tomorrow. No,
no,
I'm with you.
that is
Yes.
not your vital priority. If I'm an event organizer, I ain't answering your question. I answer your question about the events because
Right.
I'm making up the rules for the event. I say, how is this one? This is how you break a tiebreaker. This is how you organize in the team because I made up that simple rule. I'm going to be there to tell you. You want to know about how to do membership? Go look at the website. Go sign
Right.
up, right? It's self-service.
Right.
It's self-service because it's cheap enough and affordable. If I have to pay somebody to handhold you, it's gonna be more. You want to pay more? Fine, go through this, right? Sign
Yep.
up for
All
an
right.
appointment, and Chris will be there, and we're gonna
I
charge you like
I
200
will
bucks
always
a
I
month.
will always put my phone number on there as well, where I'll say you can always call the owner of the facility and ask him a question anytime. Like he will be there 24
Exactly.
hours available, well, not 24. He will be available at any time, during these hours,
You want
most of the
customer
day.
service?
Right, right,
Get an appointment. Get in line.
right, right. Well,
Because
no,
you
or
have to
just call me.
stand
Call.
out. You have to stand out. What I think is that's what
Right,
I'm saying is we were born as a purple cow. And
right.
then we paint ourselves exact same as other cows. And then we say, well, we need to stand out by doing exactly like what everybody else does.
Right.
So is purple a better color than white? It could be an ugly color than white, but you still want to be purple. Why is that?
You just want to stand out. I mean, you just want to be yourself. You know.
No,
Just, yeah.
you want to stand out by being the
Being yourself.
same as everybody else because
Right.
we want to stand out by it's event. Everybody thinks event. Well, the thing is, yeah, you do event, they can do events too.
Right. All right, I'm with you. All right, I will figure like I need to talk to you tomorrow about this, like and like legitimately problem solve, work our way through this versus because I'm into it. Like let's do this. All right, I think that's a really good a little weird Yomo, but this is
No, this
ultra
is
Yomo.
ultra yomo.
This is ultra Yomo. This is problem
Ultra
solving for
Yomo.
life, baby.
The thing is,
Yeah,
that's what I said is the first book is about finding ourselves and figuring out where are the guardrails for our journey, for our path. And then in the second one is living it. Right? You have to apply it. This is where we're applying it to what you're doing at IPC.
agreed. So I was gonna I know I think I wrote a 2-part reflection on this one. Oh man,
On the Black Swan?
Yeah, I think so. Hang on. I just wanted to see. Man, this is why I need my blog posts back because it's so much easier to find them on the. Jesus. Look at this document, by the way. 575 pages, 387,000 words. Isn't that insane?
Yikes. It is
Is
insane.
that's insane. Let's see here.
Imagine how many keystrokes you have to press to get that many.
This was Yomo by the numbers at the end of it.
You should also include how many keystrokes you have to press.
That would be interesting. Yeah, this is 202. All right, yeah. Oh my God. Oh God. Man,
Well,
this will be
you are the Bopo cow. Duh.
done. We're done for the evening. All right, that was fun as always, and that was helpful as always as well. Oh, the question we can leave for everybody. I forgot. Sorry, I pulled that off the screen before we asked the question. The question we can leave for everybody is, what imaginary chains have you invented to corral your imagination? You know,
I'm sure there's a lot. If you say
there's a
no,
lot.
you're lying.
Yeah, we all do it all day, every day. So figure out what those are and figure out, well, why do I have to do that? Like that's really the question to ask. Is like, well, why do I have to?
Why do I have to do
don't.
it? Why can't I do it?
Right.
This is the
What else could I do?
This is the thing that people keep saying is I can't.
Right.
Because when you say you can't, you all give up. Therefore, you are right. That's why I'm saying. When you say you can, you are right. When you say you can't, you also right. It's because the moment you said you can't, then mean you never look for another correct solution.
Well, here's another solution. Instead of an AI chatbot, I could just offer every single employee equity and say, I can't start to pay you until we are cash flow positive, but every single employee that works in this building gets a certain percentage equity, you know, and I'll contractually make it legal, you know, as long as you work here for over a year or something like that, like, you know, that this is equal to X amount of dollars, like, you know, like come work as much as you can, you know.
Yeah.
That could solve the problem too. I mean, that
exactly.
Also
there is so many different solutions you can apply.
Right.
It's just like when you say I have to do whatever people tell me I have to do, then you are just constraining yourself to the rules somebody made up for you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I feel better. Thank you, True. And this is a good question for everybody. And we will see you all tomorrow night.
Sounds good. See you.
See you.